What up, y'all? It's your boy, Hot Time Q. So, recently, I don't know how long it's been, but it's been like a week, maybe 2 weeks that I've just been looking into a strategy I discovered. And y'all may be able to see what I'm doing. Y'all may not. It's just, I'm not going to detail it because, honestly, I'm kind of, I don't know. I think y'all be able to see it, though. So,
no more bets, please.
I was looking at this strategy and I saw it was working on a bad test. I think that's a lot of gamblers' problems. They really don't bat test anything. They just kind of go with a strategy or a lack of strategy. They just go with a gut feeling.
You win.
And they just continue to gamble their gut feeling until they just run out of money when that strategy is based in no merit. Not to say that my strategy can't lose. It definitely can, and it almost did here. But, you know, I think it works really good for me. I seen a guy on Instagram that is just crazy good at roulette. And, you know, I've been playing roulette since, I think 2021, maybe 22. Yeah, I've been playing that and Baccarat. Don't really play too much blackjack. Don't really play too much craps. Although I will engage in craps sometimes.
Please place your bets.
But for the most part, it's roulette and Baccarat with me. So I started this account with $22.14. And like I said, I've been looking at, I've been doing a bat test on the wheel. I've been doing it on FanDuel and I've been doing it on
no more bets, please.
DraftKings. And the reason why I'm on mobile is because for some reason FanDuel and DraftKings, they locator assets don't work on my computer. Even when I download the little VPN, they tell me to download and install, it still doesn't work. And I looked up tutorial after tutorial. I've been trying to get this thing to work for years, and I essentially gave up. So I'm doing this off my phone. So if it looks too bad for y'all, hopefully y'all can forgive me. But this is what we on right now. I wanted to make gambling content because I like to gamble. I like to sports bet. I like to play crap. I like to play roulette and I like to play Baccarat. Sometimes I'll play craps and things like that, but no, I like to gamble. So I just figured I like to watch gambling content too. So I figured why not put my hat in the basket and just get on with it. So like I said, I've been doing this bad test for a while now, for about a week actually, or maybe 2 weeks, and I saw that it worked perfectly for me. Not perfectly, I should say, but it worked good enough for me. And I just want to take it slowly because I can't load these spaces and these numbers with chips that give me more scalability. But honestly, I don't have enough in my account for that necessarily. And you know, the Bible says money made hastily dwindles away quickly.
Please
but
place
those
your
who gain it slowly will keep it. So I think that's so profound that and I really was one of those types to just you know, get money real fast and spend it on crazy things and things like that.
No
so
more
I kind of
bets,
just want to switch it up and just make it slowly. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make. I've been testing the strategy for about a week, and I know I keep saying it. I'm sorry. But I've been testing it for about a week or two, and it worked pretty well. And like I said, y'all might be able to see what I'm doing.
You win. Please place your bets.
Just looking at it, and it's just been working. Now I'm trying to get 10 wins, but I know some losses are gonna be had on here. Losses are typical.
No more bets, please.
You know, no one's getting away without any losses. I don't care who you are. It just is what it is. It is what it is. You can't avoid it. You know, losses are gonna happen. And the thing is, I'm trying to get 10 wins. And
you win. Please place your bets.
I'm gambling 10 cents a space right now. So if I got 10 wins in a row, that'd be $13. And then my phone flipped right there. I didn't know why that happened. So
bets closing.
So that'd be $13.
No more bets, please.
Given that the wins that I would get, let's say I typically get 3 losses, but I think I got more on this. But when I was doing the bat test, the losses was about 3 or 4.
2 black.
The losses.
You win. Please place your bets.
The amount of chips I have on the board is it's anywhere from $2.30, $2.70, 80, maybe 90 cents, somewhere around there. So I just did the $2.30, and 3 losses about $6.
No more bets, please.
So I do 6 minus 13, and that'll be my net profit that I'm aiming for. So whether I get it or not, I actually got $1 less than that, but I'm aiming for that.
25.
I'm trying to do that
red.
For 30 days.
You
things
win.
Like that. So
please place your
trying
bets.
to keep it going, just keep it pushing, and trying to stay consistent, and just trying to keep going. Like I said, you may be able to see what I'm doing just by visibly
bets
looking at the numbers coming up, and
no more bets, please.
What's on the board and things like that. And another thing I wanted to talk about was because I actually recorded audio to this, but for some reason it didn't record me. So I'm doing a voiceover on this right now. And one thing I want to talk about was I used to work at Evolution, stay in Detroit, Michigan, and I used to work at Evolution.
Bets closing.
And gambling, online gambling at least, became legalized in Michigan. I think it's 2018, either 2018 or 2020. One of those years, I'm not sure. But I worked there, and a lot of people think that the deal is just be trying to cheat people. And I think that's natural to think. I think that's very natural to think that,
place your bets.
Because the house always got an edge. And the house is always trying to exacerbate that edge as much as they can. And so, with that being said, the house edge has nothing to do
bets close
with the dealers. You know what I'm saying? The dealers want you to win.
Bets,
they want you to win. Because when you work at Evolution or you've been dealing cards, I worked there back in 2021. The one thing you notice if you ever worked at Evolution or you worked as a dealer and even a brick and mortar casino, because there were people that came from a brick and mortar casino and they worked at Evolution, and they say the same thing. The more y'all win, the more likely y'all are going to tip us.
Bets closing.
And, what I'm saying? I know people hate tip culture.
No more bets, like that. Please.
People mostly hate tip culture because people that's getting the money, they act like tipping is an obligation, not a privilege. You know what I'm saying? And when I was working at Evolution, I don't know if it changed. I think it did change now.
Please place your
bets. When I was working there, I was making like $18 an hour, and I was working about 8 to 12 hours. Plus, I was doing overtime. So while that is a good amount of money, 18 hours for 8 hours to 12 hours,
bets
it's not, and doing overtime. I was doing overtime.
No more bets, please.
Because I was just trying to get it, bro. I was trying to get it. But on top of that, the tips are distributed towards everybody that works there, or I should say, all the dealers. The pit bosses and the managers, they don't get the tips. Matter of fact, I will tell y'all that the dealers get paid more than the managers and the pit boss. They get to pay the most, besides the CEO, of course. But the caveat is the dealers go through the most stress. We go through the most stress.
Closing.
And we want y'all to win. But when I worked there, it was like we wouldn't do anything to make y'all win, but we would encourage y'all to play right. I would tell people don't martingale, because back when I first started gambling, I would martingale, and I learned from experience that martingale works until it doesn't. So there'll be people that be winning and stuff like that. We can't see what they bet, and we can't see how what chips they're putting down. We can see how much. I think we could see how much they win.
More bets, please.
Either we can see how much they win, or we see who won. I can't really remember that part. But I would encourage people not to martingale, because it works until it doesn't. And it behooves us to encourage y'all to bet as
please place your bets
strategically as possible, because when y'all win, y'all tip. And the dealers really live on those tips, because I remember one time we got when I was working, like when I first started working
no more bets, please.
We was practicing on like machinery and things like that, like on AI and things like that. So the AI would make decisions and things like that, but they wouldn't tip. So at the end of the 2 weeks of working, or the end of my first pay period, I was working with AI. I only got paid like $900.
Please place your bets.
And I was like, damn. I mean, I'm appreciative, but I thought it'd be more. But once I started working with actual people, which was very nerve-wracking, but once I got over that, it's cool, because it's only nerve-wracking because you don't want to make too many mistakes.
No more bets, please.
No, you want to deal accurately to appease your managers, because if you don't deal accurately the way they want you to, you don't have to make mistakes that pauses the game. You can have the cards not in a certain place, and that's not dealing accurately. You know what I'm saying? They'll send you back to training for that.
Please place your bets.
So if we make any mishaps and things like that, where we're actually, how should I put it? If we're trying to make you lose or trying to make you win and things like that, instead of just dealing fairly, they'll send us back to training. And if we keep doing it, we'll get fired. And when you get sent back to training, training is it's not the training that hurts. It's that when you back in training, you getting paid $100 every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the same pay.
Please place your bets
as when you on the floor. So with AI, I was getting paid $900 every 2 weeks. But when I got on the floor, I was getting paid, and with those tips and everything, plus doing overtime and things like that, I was getting paid close to $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So if I, as a dealer at Evolution when I was working there, and they can see everything. They can see everything. So if I try to manipulate the cards in any way to make you lose or give you an advantage, I'm putting myself at risk. And I'm not trying to ruin the food on my plate and the food on my refrigerator just so you can make an extra few dollars gambling. You know what I'm saying? I'm already tired. I gotta work the night shift. The night shift was crazy because you only get 30 minutes of rest after 4 hours.
No more bets, please.
4 hours of being on the floor. If you go to sleep, you get rolled up. I got rolled up before. I remember one time I was so tired, people was at my table and I didn't know because I was sleeping, and I got rolled up for that. So you really gotta be on your P's and Q's when it comes to this Evolution thing. We are not trying to cheat you. We're not trying to help you win, but we encourage you to do your very best, because that's when you all tip. You know what I'm saying? And the only place I really seen that really just play like complete idiots is what's that called? It's called
no more bets, please.
Infinite Blackjack. Infinite Blackjack is where the idiots just, I don't mean to be rude and anything, but they really play like idiots. They will hit on the 20. They will hit on the 20. That's when they piss us off.
27.
Because when people play like that,
please place your bets.
It guarantees that we're not going to get any tips. Plus, Infinite Blackjack, they are assholes. They will roast you. They will lose and act like you're doing something wrong to them. But you hit on the 20, bro. Like, what am I supposed to do? If somebody hit on the 20, I got to give you what you want.
No more bets, please.
Like, I don't know the secret to winning on Infinite Blackjack either. That's another thing. A lot of people think that we got secret knowledge of this stuff. We really don't. We just deal, y'all. We just deal. That's all we do. You know what I'm saying we, like I still work there, but I don't work there no more. But when I was working there, we just deal, bro.
You win.
Like, we just deal. We don't have no marked cards. Sometimes people would not be as accurate with dealing, and they'll accidentally pull out 2 cards, or they'll pull out a card underneath a card. That's because their hands are not like, they are not. No
more bets, please.
How should I put? I don't want to say lubricated, or I don't want to say, like, sometimes you just pull out 2 cards, or sometimes you'll pull out a card underneath the card. It just happens, yo. It really does happen. I've done it a lot of times. That's why they almost sent me back to training.
Win.
And I didn't want to do that. And the only reason I didn't get sent back to training is because one of my managers, I don't know what happened to her, she just disappeared one day. And I don't blame her because her coworkers were treating her real
Bets
bad.
closing.
And things like that. But she actually had one-on-one time with me, and I cherish her so much.
No more bets, please.
Because nobody wanted to actually take that time to help me and make me see my mistakes, but they wanted to send me back to training without helping me. You know what I'm saying? And she was the only one that really took the time out to teach me what I was doing wrong. And she made me do it over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And
please place
that's
your
what happens
bets.
when you're not properly trained and things like that. So it's really, it could be a number of things. It could be that they're not properly trained. It could be their heads are a certain like texture that reaches that
bets
really
closing.
pulls out 2 cards, or you know, you really got to be delicate with those shoes, because you can end up pulling the whole 2-3 cards out, or reaching underneath you can reach underneath a card and pull out another card. You can make mistakes when you pull out cards. It really just, when you're not a good dealer, it's not that they trying to cheat you. It's just they not really good dealers like that.
Please,
you know what I'm saying?
place your bets.
That's just what it is, y'all. Coming from experience, coming from me actually working there and seeing what people do and hearing everybody experience, that's just what it is. That's just what it is. The dealers are not trying to cheat you. We want y'all to win.
Closing.
We want y'all to win. Because
no
when y'all
more
win,
bets,
we
please.
get tipped. You know what I'm saying? But when y'all make stupid decisions and y'all lose y'all bankroll, that's bad for us too. So we encourage y'all to win. Now, only time we really encourage niggas to lose is when y'all just complete assholes. Y'all be trying to roast us and y'all be saying fuck you. Like I be called a bitch a whole lot. I be called a bitch a whole lot. I ain't gonna lie. So
please
that's the only time I
bets.
really want y'all to lose, because you know that shit pisses me off. So I'm just giving y'all the real about working like these companies like
Bets
Evolution and
closing.
Stake and Rain Bet and all these casinos, these online
no more
casinos,
bets,
and
please.
even brick and mortar casinos, things like that. So we coming towards the end of this video. I've been yapping, and you know, I got my $6 or $5, whatever. Like I said, I started off with $22.14. You know, I net about $5. And so,
please place
I'm
your bets.
not gonna get the whole 10 wins in a row. It can happen. It can happen. I remember one time I was doing a bad test, and I got like 9 wins in a row. I got like 6 wins in a row. I had a loss, and then I got the rest of the wins. So that would have been a
no
good
more
day.
bets,
So
please.
I was lost. So like I said, I've been looking at this strategy, back testing it, and y'all can clearly see what I'm doing. If not, watch it again. But I just want to make this content, man, because
28.
Gambling is fun to me. I like to sports bet, even though
please
I
place
suck
your
at it.
bets.
I need a mentor for that. And yeah, I'm not betting no more because I made my goal basically. And so I'm not telling y'all because I wanna like if possible, I want to sell a course out of it. That I'm be transparent as possible. I want to sell a course out of it. I'm not trying to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be an asshole. But I've been broke my whole life. I want to know what it's like to make some money. Seriously. And I'm just trying to make it. I'm just trying to make it work for me. Now, if I was betting my strategy during this, I would have been killing. But once I make my goal, I try to stay disciplined. I try not to gamble no more. I try to just, you know, do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's been your boy HighTimeGambling. If you like this video, you like the knowledge I gave you on Evolution, hit like and subscribe. Maybe I'll tell y'all some stories about working at Evolution, because there's some wild stories, I ain't gonna lie. And it was a good time working there. But the only reason I don't work there no more because I had heart problems when I was working there. They sent me home, and I never came back because I had no doctor's note and they fired me. But anyway,
9.
It's been your boy HighTimeGambling. I will see y'all later.
Please place your bets.